Distracted driving seems to be a major issue on roads throughout the nation. Every year, distraction-induced car crashes claim the lives of millions of motorists. In fact, 4 times as many lives are claimed from distraction-induced car accidents than the number of casualties which took place in the Vietnam War. However, it seems that a first offense, and possibly even multiple offenses, usually lead to a $30 fine. The average teenage worker brings in a sum of $30 in about 3 to 4 hours. As you can see, the young lad flipping burgers here is the epitome of an average teenage worker, and as you can see, he's pretty low on the corporate ladder. If he falls, it won't even result in a proverbial headache. No offense. Seriously, this is not something to be dismissed facetiously as such. This is not a frivolous matter. We are currently witnessing a distracted driving epidemic, and when millions of lives are being claimed as the result of an aggregation of people exhibiting atrocious and irreverent behavior so as to cause a travesty comparable to civil warfare, there needs to be some serious action taken. Aw man, I worked 4 hours flipping these stupid burgers to make $30. Please give it back, officer. No, dude, the law is the law. Aw man. But seriously, anywho, luckily, Anchorage, a municipality which houses a staggering 40% of Alaska's residents, is doing just that. But before I forward on that, we are going to analyze a couple statistics that will hopefully deter some young drivers from ever texting while driving again. Young drivers being the most statistically likely to be involved in a distraction-induced car accident. According to the Alaska Department of Transportation and Public Facilities, several leading studies have shown that using a cell phone while driving increases your chance of getting into a crash by nearly 400%. Another important statistic, for those who think they're an agnostic toward the whole distracted driving charade by using a hands-free device, usually, when someone is driving without distraction, they should potentially be able to process signals at a rate of about 13 times a second. Now, if that same driver is using a hands-free communications device whilst driving, according to Van Brocklin of Alaska Dispatch News, they will not be focusing on the road until 27 seconds have passed, slowing down the rate at which they process neural stimuli on the roads by about 99.7%. Alaska purportedly has some of the harshest regulations on distracted driving in all the United States. According to the Alaska Department of Transportation and Public Facilities, repeated offenses of these regulations can potentially result in a $10,000 fine, and at best, 1 year in prison. However, it seems that unfortunately this is not a reality in most occurrences, as most sources don't even mention those figures. A more plausible and realistic result of such offenses, however, seems to be increasing, fortunately, in the municipality of Anchorage, Alaska, which of course houses about 40% of Alaska's residents. They are considering changing the regulations in order to treat distracted driving as a traffic violation rather than a crime. According to Alaska Dispatch News, Anchorage is considering changing its texting and driving offense from a crime with a possible jail time to a traffic violation with a $500 fine. Now, a $500 fine is nearly 2 weeks of work for the average 16-year-old worker. Only the statistics in the next 10 years will tell if this is sufficient. So, in conclusion, does Alaska do enough to prevent distracted driving? No. But is it improving? Well, fortunately, yes. The municipality of Anchorage, Alaska, which houses about 40% of Alaska's residents, so Alaska is about 750,000 people, so that's 300,000 people, a town that houses 300,000 people in Alaska, is starting to change their driving regulations for the better. But currently, does Alaska as a state do enough to prevent distracted driving? Soon it looks like they will, but currently, no. Good day.